Willow, come here. Oh, you. Hi. Are you ready? All right. Hi, guys. Welcome. My name is Mayumi, and welcome to my YouTube episode, which is focused about family. It has been quite a whirlwind of so many things happening. One of them is me releasing my first YouTube video, so thank you so much if you supported that, liked and commented on it. I started my YouTube channel mainly because my best friend told me, you know what? Your life is so crazy. You have so many things you're doing. You're a personal trainer, you're a mom, you're a wife, and aside all of that, you're also an amateur paddle player trying to be, you know, at a level of a pro paddle player. So I think it's quite interesting if, you know, a cameraman follows you around and just shows everything, the good, the bad, the in-betweens, exciting, the boring, you know. That's why I started a YouTube channel. It's mainly because of Jonathan, my bestie. Yeah, so it has been quite an intense month, I would say, and I'm trying to gasp some air because of all the hats that I've been trying to wear aside from my family time and as a personal trainer. I onboarded a new client, which is very exciting on top of my other clients. So it's fun for me when I have a new client because then, you know when you're starting something, you're trying to build trust. You're trying to tell your client, it's okay, we're gonna take it easy. We're going to take it slow, learn what you like, learn what you don't like. This client of mine is quite busy and she just finished filming a few movies and she is on a journey on herself to getting back into her fitness and wellness lifestyle. So she asked my help to be part of it, and I'm very glad that she trusted me to start her journey. By the way, one of the reasons that I've been so busy recently is we started a company, 2 of it. So one is, they're both in the fitness industry. One is in the recovery, in ice bath, sauna, very, you know, chill, recovery, relaxing type of business, which is a physical one. We're gonna have a studio here in BGC. And yeah, I started this together. Well, I was invited by my colleague Bianca, and initially she was like, who is this girl, Mayumi? They keep telling me to reach out to her. And at some point, after 2 or 3 times, people telling her, you should reach out to Mayumi, you should reach out to Mayumi, you should reach out to me. She was like, okay, fine, who is this girl? And then she reached out to me, and then that's the beginning of it. I invested in a company. It's called Alka Collective. And it's a community of people who are already doing yoga, ice bath, sauna, sound healing. Yeah, we're under construction right now, and I've been helping her do the marketing, do business advice, also the design of the place, because it's very important. It needs to look really nice and aesthetic. And aside from this company, I also started a company together with a photographer that I was working with. Basically, we cater to athletes and the businesses within the paddle community. So if they want nice photos of them during their, their paddle matches, then we take those photos and videos. And at the same time, for the businesses that are in the paddle community, we also create their content and help them put their brand out there. That's why I've been so busy, aside from trying to be a very good paddle athlete, trying to be a good mom to Nicholas, trying to be a wife to my husband, who's been so supportive of me with everything that I've been trying to do. And I just want to tell you this, like, when I met my husband, he didn't think that I'd be like this. I'm a totally different person from when I was 20 when he met me. I didn't have any opinion at all when he met me, and I was just letting him lead the way. He's the king, he's always right, he's always the person who I would just like, yeah, sure, yes, oh yeah, But at some point, as I developed myself as, a woman, and we went through the dating phase, and then I started to build my identity, and then we got engaged, we got married, all that stuff, which for me was the foundation of who I am as a person, as a human being, aside of course from my parents. You know how when they say like you have an empty notebook, John wrote a lot of things on that notebook, and a big part of me is through my husband. So I'm very happy that I have him in my life. We've been together for, I would say, 11 years now. Been married for 7 to 8 years and counting, you know, happily married. And let's go back to the fact that he is seeing me through all this transition from when I'm 20. I had Nicholas when I was 24. He's 7 years old now. And then until when I turned 30, and I changed again. I changed again and again and again. And I was like, love, I'm so sorry, I'm constantly changing. While he, on the other hand, has always been the same. Well, I met him, he was 44, so there's not much to change anymore from him. So I told him, you're gonna have to be patient with me because you met me, I was 20, and I'm in my evolution phase, like a butterfly. So it takes both to be very much understanding, loving, caring. I mean, we're two opposite people. We're very much night and day. I'm a morning person, he's an evening person. I love Filipino food. He hates anything that has bones, which is most of the time Filipino food. And by the way, my husband is Swedish and I'm Filipina. When I met him, he was 44 years old and then I was 20. So if you do the math, we are 24 years apart. You can just imagine the face of my mom when she realized this. She always told my mom, like, Mom, I'm gonna have a date with a guy. What is the normal age difference for people who are dating? And my mom had a really good answer. She was like, there's not really an age difference. Why? How old is the guy you're dating? And I'm like, I was 20 years old here, eh? Note that. I was like, I think he's 35. So I downplayed it a little bit. But that was me thinking that my husband now is 38 then. But anyway, yeah, it's been quite interesting being married to a foreigner because we come from different worlds. When he met me, I was just in the university in UP Diliman, and I was struggling, like, financially. I come from a middle-class family, and of course, any middle-class family, I would say, has some challenges when it comes to money. It's not always, overflowing. So at that time when we met, I was a hustler. Like, I'm really trying to make an income for myself so I can pay for my own university. Are you okay? You okay? Oh no, I don't want your kiss right now. You okay? You're okay. You're just a princess. How did we meet? We met in the most unlikely scenario because I don't go out and I don't drink. I'm coming from the university and I was just gonna go home and I'm carrying all my books, going to the apartment I was living in. And I was at the lobby and a German guy, tall German guy, was holding a lot of groceries and said, hey, come, it's my birthday. I didn't know this guy at all. And at that moment I was like, interesting. Maybe it's time for me to actually get to know more people. It was a nice experience and I met a girl and her name is Christine, and she was interviewing me and learning the fact that you have not gone out, you have not partied. It's like, no, I don't do that. And I was like, okay, we're gonna party. And then she took all her her sluttiest looking clothing, her high heels. So she lent me everything and then she took me out. She was like, we're gonna go out. And then we went to a place called Privé. And a few guys, tried to talk to me. And as a businesswoman at the time, we just started her own business selling, vitamins and antioxidants. I was like, here you go, here's my card. I didn't know. I didn't know you're not supposed to give your number to everyone who asks for it. And then he was introduced to me by this girl, and she told me, let me introduce to you John. And I was like, okay, hi John. And then from there we just started talking. He started, making me dance, twirling me like a little princess. He was so respectful. At some point, he asked me like, "Can I kiss you?" And I'm like, "Yes." You know, in the movies when everything's slow motions, that happened to me. It's a club where everything is going crazy, but when we kissed, it felt like, everything's slow-mo, the lights, the sound, the people. It felt so magical and just natural. After that, I asked him, "Can we kiss again?" My mom didn't know that I went out at this moment, so I told him, "I have to go. I'm like Cinderella. I have to go. I have to go." I lied to my mom. I told her I'm meeting someone in the call center. So basically what happened is I gave him my card. I was like, "There you go. Don't lose my card." And then he gave me his card. And then I put it in my pocket. And then we said our goodbyes. And then I went home. That's a Friday night. And then Sunday there was no message. Nothing. And I'm like, I really like that guy. I hope he messages me. And then someone else actually messaged me from all the cards that I've been giving. And basically, in short, I went out on a date with this guy and it wasn't such a nice date. On Monday morning, I called John. I was like, "Hi, do you remember me?" He was like, "Oh, I was just about to call you." And I'm like, "Yeah, right." I told him, "I just had the worst date of my life yesterday. When are we gonna have our date?" And he was like, "Oh, interesting girl." And at that time, I just felt like, you know, how Ariel was. You know, she's just very vocal and very truthful of what she thinks. I think when I was 20, I was just like that. Like, "I like you, why haven't you messaged? Like, when are we gonna have our date?" To make the long story short, we had our date scheduled days after. We had it on Friday. And this is when I asked my mom about the age difference. And then my mom was like, when she saw him, she was like, "He is not 35 years old, my daughter, he is my age." And I'm like, "Really?" "I'm sorry, Mom, I have to go, bye." And then from then on, we started dating and it just felt natural. It's not like now, like there's so many layers and levels of how people date and get to know each other. Well, me and John were like, you know, I like you and you like me, and then we couldn't stop spending time with each other. There was one point I was in his apartment at the first time and he left me alone in his apartment. And I put a lot of nice smelling lotion on my body. And I was like, when he left me alone, I was like doing this to the couch, like, "I want my scent to stay on your couch so you get addicted to me." That's my like voodoo, crazy girl thinking, but nah, I'm nice. I'm not crazy, I promise. Yeah, and since then we were dating, and then he asked me, "Are you seeing any other guys?" And I'm like, "No, I don't have to." "Are you?" And he was like, "No, I'm not seeing any other girls." So since then I figured like, okay, we're exclusively dating. And since then, many years passed by. He introduced me to his parents and we got engaged in France. We got married here in the Philippines in an island in Palawan. We invited about 100 friends over. And then we went to the US for a honeymoon, and from there I got pregnant in Las Vegas. And then after that, that's it, we had Nicholas. So it's been many years and there's so many memories in my mind, and he's always been the supportive husband that I've always wanted. The kind of guy you would dream for any girl to have in her life. That's what I have. And I always want this for every single girl out there. Because there's such a good feeling. It's such a good feeling knowing you can rely on someone till death do you part. But I'm not your typical wife, I promise. I'm not the typical. Well, I tried to cook. I tried to clean the house. I tried to make the home nice. I had my moment like that. But those years have passed, and now I'm in a phase in my life where I'm mostly outside the house. So if you're expecting a certain kind of wife, that's not me. But I tell you, I am someone that I hope my husband is proud of, and who knows that, I believe he knows that I will be there till death do us part, which we promise. My advice is just to be yourself and be as communicative as you can, because you will always go through different phases in your life, and there will be moments where you disagree with each other, and you just have to talk. You just have to tell what you need, and you have to listen very well what your partner needs. So that's why I'm very much happy, and I'm very blessed to have what I have, which is my husband and my other family members, my mom, my brothers. It makes such a big difference, and it goes beyond work, goes beyond everything else that I do, because I have a very nice, loving home. So thank you so much for listening to this episode. I hope you got something that you can take home with you and maybe share to a family member or a friend. Till the next time, I'll see you again. Hope you take care of yourself. Bye.